Hi, I'm Chris from Tom's Outdoors and want to do a long-term review on a pair of trousers that I wear a lot. I've got on the Vidda Pro Vented from Fjallraven. I've actually got two pairs of these and I've been wearing them almost continuously for the last 2 years. So if you've been in the shop or you've been out bush with me, chances are you've actually found me in a pair of these. So I'm going to do a bit of a run through of all the features, a couple of things I like and I don't like, and then give you a bit of a run through on how to wax them up as well and keep them maintained, keep them water resistant. Now, Fjallraven make two pairs of trousers that are very, very similar. So we've got the Vidda Pro and the Vidda Pro Vented. You get the option for a short, regular or long for the men's and a short or regular in the women's. Now there's a slight difference in the configuration of the pockets, and there's the really obvious part, which is the vented part. Now what that is, it's a large thigh zip. So I apologise for the bit of leg. Really nice breathability. If you're out and you're hiking, you're working in the bush and you really want to dump some heat, then this thigh zip works really well. It opens up as you bend your leg. It's got a zipper on the top and the bottom. On the original Vidda Pros or the standard Vidda Pro trousers, the pockets are a little bit more on the side of the thighs. Now to allow for the vents, what they've done is they've brought them forward a little bit, so they've come forward further on top of the thighs. I find these comfortable. It does mean that whatever you've got in your pockets isn't swinging with your leg because it's on the front, so it tends to get lifted by your leg. It means it doesn't tend to swing around like some cargo style pockets. All in all, it's pretty comfortable. Down the bottom of the trousers, there's a little hook that allows you to attach them to the bottom of your laces on your boots. I've got a pair of trail runners on today. I find them really comfortable just to kick around in. And then you've got this elasticated button and strap setup that allows it to come around, and you can tighten the trousers back around your leg. Full confessions, I'm pretty short. These are the regular lengths I could really do with some short-legged trousers, just slightly shorter in the inseam, and they don't drag on the floor when I take my shoes off. Rightio, so the knee pads on these are pretty special. So there's actually 2 layers of fabric here, but what Fjallraven have done, and it's been quite clever, is they've left a gap here so you can slide a knee pad up inside the trouser, and they actually make a lightweight foam knee pad that's shaped, pre-shaped as a knee, and slides up in there really easily. I haven't had any need to use that. I don't spend a lot of time on my knees, but if I was in a hunting situation where I was, then I think that'd be a really nice addition. Moving up the leg, we've got this big pocket here on the right-hand side. Now, just above it is the knife pocket. So this pocket's long and slender, so it allows you to put a knife in, and you've got a retainer at the top. So you can actually see how much I've worn these outside in the sun because the inside's faded a little bit. So they do fade over time. Now, inside this pocket is another little internal stretch pocket. I've actually damaged mine a little bit. The fabric's come away here. It's a really good size for sliding a mobile phone into. It also allows you to put in a car key and it stops it from rattling around in the whole pocket. Very comfortable. The pocket has a gusset, so as you put a little bit of stuff in there, it actually expands and bellows out, so it's not too tight on the leg. Jumping over to the left leg, we've actually got 2 pockets. They don't have the gussets in them, so they're not designed to hold a big bulky item. But what they are designed to do is be nice and close into your leg, slimline, and the top pocket is quite deep. So it actually runs all the way down to here. The purpose for that is to be able to slide in things like maps. You know, they're a bit awkward to carry. You want them quick and easy to hand. This is a perfect pocket for doing that. Then there's another pocket on the top. I don't use this pocket that much. At the top, we've got a couple of pockets to put your hands in. They're nice and easy to use. Obviously, they're designed for putting hands in and other things, whatever you want to put in your pockets. The biggest drawback of these trousers is they don't have any rear pockets. So if I spin around, there's no pockets on the back. You can't just drop something into a pocket at the back. There isn't one. Now, the reason they've done that is the focus is more on outdoors. It's likely to interfere with when you sit down, but gradually over time, I have gotten used to missing the rear pockets on these. Now, it's important to note that over time, the wax in the Fjallraven trousers washes out. So they come pre-waxed, but you will have to wax them back up to keep that water resistance. I actually think that it's an advantage that the wax washes out over time. So you can accelerate that process by warm washing these trousers. So if you wash them at above 40 degrees, you'll actually wash their wax completely out. It means over summer for us, particularly here in Australia, you don't need the water resistance. What you really need is a durable, breathable pair of trousers, and by washing the wax out, that's what you get. Then as you come into the cooler months, you start to come into winter, you want to add some water resistance back into them. It's a matter of getting a wax bar, it's a matter of wiping it gently across the surface so it leaves a small amount of wax on there, and then you can melt it in with an iron or a hairdryer. And what you want to do is you want to just heat it up a little bit, and as you heat it up you can see that the wax spreads out and becomes a little bit darker. Then you want to put another layer on. So you don't want to overwhelm it to begin with, you want to just slowly build up that surface within the cotton. It's a mix of cotton and nylon, so it's a 60-40 mix. And the cotton is actually really important because it's the cotton that allows the wax to impregnate the material and to build up that water resistance. It's the cotton that's doing all the work. If you have a straight nylon pair of trousers, you can't wax them. There's no fibrous material to hold that wax. Great thing about being able to selectively do this is you can do it on the bottom half of the trousers early in the season when you're just going to get wet from grass. So you're able to selectively choose sections of the trouser that you want to have breathable, and you're able to select what parts you want water resistant. I've had a lot of use of these over the last couple of years. They are my go-to. They're so comfortable, you know, I'll grab them and mow the lawns in them. It's pretty bad really, you know, good outdoors trousers, and I'm using them around the garden. I love them. I love wearing, they're comfortable, they're breathable, and they suit my use all the time.